Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. Welcome to another podcast episode. This is the Media Master Podcast. Te saluda David Rios, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Today's date is October 31st, 2023. I usually record one podcast episode a month. I try to do once a month whenever possible. But I wanted to do another one for this month just to bring you guys up to speed on a couple of developments and something that's just been on my mind these past couple of weeks. So just let me give you guys a little recap of what's been happening. And in this podcast, we're going to talk about a huge music festival, probably the biggest Latin music festival that's come to Texas. We're going to talk about that, a big show coming to Austin, Texas, and quite possibly the biggest Latin music festival in all of Texas history. I'm going to talk about that later on. It's called the Besame Mucho Festival, in case you've heard of it. I'm also going to talk about a couple of media trends that I've been doing, that I've been experimenting with on social media, reels versus photos, what's been working for me with YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're going to talk about that since this is the Media Master Podcast. I want to talk about all these different media tools that are at our disposal to get the word out. And I'm going to talk about recent events. So most importantly, I wanted to talk about real quick and just mention what's happening in the Middle East, specifically in Israel and Gaza. So the podcast before this one, I published it on October 6th. It was a Friday. And I had just opened up about my faith. I had opened up about a sabbatical I had taken for 6 months. I hadn't posted on my YouTube channel in 6 months. I hadn't posted a podcast episode in 6 months because I was going through some very some major life moments, right? Some things that were going on that I just needed to focus on and just clear my mind and just focus and listen to what was next in my life, right? So as I talked about in my previous episode, I really opened up about being a Christian, working in media, working in the music industry. I've worked for Univision, the Grammy Awards. I come out on TV. I've been in radio all of my career, 25 plus years, 30 years. But in the back burner was always my Christian faith, following God, trying to find my calling. But it's all sometimes both worlds collide, the spiritual world and the physical world. So I talked about some of those challenges. And I just felt a need to record something to confess my faith as a Christ follower of Jesus Christ, because I feel really blessed. And in one of these most recent trials that I had this past year, I just opened up to God and said, God, help me with this, get me through this. And I promise I'm going to be more vocal about my faith, about what gets me through the difficult times. So I uploaded that podcast. I uploaded it on Friday, October 6th. The following day, it's when the tragedies happened in Israel, when, their country got attacked. And, we already know what happened. There's no need for me to go into it. So the timing of it just, once again, opened up my eyes that before this happened, I was already opening up as far as being a Christian, being a Christ follower, and just having faith in the midst of trials, in the midst of difficult times. We need to get through them. We need to find ways to get through them. For me, what's worked is meditation, prayer. So hopefully you guys have been doing some of that these past couple of weeks. Of what's going on in the world has really put a burden on your heart. If you've been really heavy-hearted, you just feel like this weight is on you. You're not alone. A lot of people are going through that, and a lot of people are going through very possibly the most difficult times in their life. So my prayers are with everybody in the Middle East, with the families of everybody who's just being affected by everything, by the war. So hope everybody's having good. Hopefully everybody's doing better. And let's get into the Media Master Podcast. The event that I'm talking about, the big music event that I wanted to share with you that's coming to Austin, and it's going to be in March, is the Besame Mucho Music Festival. I posted a picture of the flyer yesterday, Monday, on my Facebook page, and as we can expect, the response from the people has been incredible, really out of this world. I even had somebody post a comment that said, "Wow, David, I've never seen a lineup like this before. Is this really happening? Is this for real?" So a lot of people are wondering if a lineup this heavy is legit. It could be a prank. But let me go over it with you. It's the Besame Mucho Tour. It's happening March 2nd, 2024 at Circuit of the Americas. Circuit of the Americas, it's where they do the F1 races, also known as COTA, C-O-T-A. It's a little bit in the outskirts of Austin, but it is in Austin, so that's where it's going to take place. 4 stages, and let me go down the list of bands that are going to be performing. And a lot of people are asking me, how are they going to fit so many bands? Is everybody going to show up? But let me go through the stages. There's 4 different stages. There is a pop en español stage. There's a rock en español stage. There's a banda stage. And there is a norteño stage, or regional Mexican stage. So on the regional Mexican stage, you've got Los Tigres del Norte, Grupo Frontera, Bronco, Alicia Villarreal, Ramón Ayala, Los Tucanes de Tijuana, Los Invasores de Nuevo León, Los Cardenales de Nuevo León, Grupo Cual, and a bunch of other bands. It's hard to see. They're those bands that they put in small print. Let me see if I can zoom in just a quick. Yeah, Los Askis is another band. On the banda stage, you have Banda MS, Banda El Recodo, La Adictiva, Banda Los Recoditos, Banda Machos, Banda El Mexicano, Banda Los Sebastianes, and a couple of other ones. On the rockero stage, you have Caifanes, Café Tacuba, Juanes, El Tri, Hombres G, Enanitos Verdes, La Ley, Molotov, Mago de Oz, Moenia, Inspector, Kinky, and El Gran Silencio. On the pop en español stage, you have Gloria Trevi, Alejandra Guzmán, Belanova, Rake, Elvis Crespo, Sin Bandera, Hash, Faye, Belinda, Alex Sintek, Dana Paola, and a couple of other ones that I can't make out the logos. They're a little too small. But that's the lineup. You have everything from Tigres to Caifanes to Banda El Recodo, MS, Gloria Trevi, Belanova, Alejandra Guzmán, Grupo Frontera, Bronco. It is an extraordinarily awesome lineup. I've never seen a lineup like this before. So here are some of the feedback, some of the pushback that I've had from people on my Facebook page asking if this is really going to happen, because I don't know the history of this music festival, but from what I hear, they tried it in LA, and some people have said that it was canceled in LA. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if some of the bands canceled, if all the bands made it, or if just the show was completely canceled. I don't know. But it is being promoted. The press release was sent to me directly from the publicist, from the company that's in charge of the publicity. I've already seen mentions of it in mainstream media. The local TV stations have covered it. And some of the bands that are performing have also shared this flyer. So it's 100% confirmed. It's going to be something that's never been seen before here in Austin. So we're looking forward to that. That is the Besame Mucho tour that's happening in Austin. It's going to be in March. So I know we're in October now, about to start November, a couple of months away, 5 months away, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on in the world and what's going on in La Onda de la Música for that Besame Mucho Music Festival. I want to switch over now to what I've been doing on social media. I've been hard at work, mi gente. He estado trabajando muy duro on a couple of projects. I am working on my website right now, davidrios.tv. So some of the challenges of working as an independent promoter, as a business owner, I've got my media agency called Rivers Media. So a couple of some backstory. I quit Univision in 2018, June 2018. I quit Univision. I was there for 11 years as an executive producer, creative services director, and I was also an on-air talent. So after having been there for 11 years, in 2018, I quit, started my own business here in Austin, and that's what I've been doing ever since, working independently, working with all sorts of clients, local businesses, as well as a couple of national and international brands. During the pandemic, I created an online course because online marketing, having a digital product, that's something that I've really always wanted to do. I've always wanted to have my digital product, something that can live online, that can create some type of passive income, meaning I don't have to work to generate income. I create a product, I put it online to sell, and just do the marketing for it and, pushing it along. So during 2021, I launched Media Master Course, my online course. So in 2018, I started my agency, Rivers Media, started doing that. And then during the pandemic, I lost a couple of clients, a couple of nightclubs that I would do all of their marketing. So I told my wife, I need to have a digital product, something that is something that I can fall back on that's not necessarily client services related with my clients, but something that I can put online and just sell it that way. So I created my digital product, my online course. So I've got Rivers Media. I had the website for that. I've got Media Master Course. I have the website for that. On top of all of the marketing for my agency, for my online course, I've got my own self-promotion that I do for my followers on social media. I've got my YouTube channel with 10,500 subscribers, and I've got my Facebook and Instagram page with about 15,000 followers combined. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I'm all over the place. I've got all these products. I've got all these services that I offer, and I was just really being pulled different ways. And we know that famous saying that you try to catch two rabbits, you're not going to catch any. Pretty much saying if you're doing too much, you're not going to get anything done that's worthwhile. So I'm trying to consolidate everything. Just this year, I've been trying to consolidate everything under one umbrella. So I've got my website, davidrios.tv. On my website, I've got Work With Me, and I've got my link to my agency. And I also have my courses link. So if people land, all of my traffic, all of my funnel, I'm going to send it to davidrios.tv. From there, you can go either one of two or three ways. You can go to my agency to Work With Me, agency related. You can buy my course, my online course, or you can follow my blog and my podcast, which is what you're listening to now. So that's my consolidation. And right now, I'm focusing more on Facebook. I know a lot of people say you should be on Twitter, which I am on Twitter, but my engagement on Twitter, it's really nothing to really brag about. My YouTube channel is doing good. It's stable. It's healthy. I get comments on it, at least a couple of times a week. I've got a couple of videos on it that I've done very well, like the music video for El Machito, which already has a couple of million views. I've got a couple of tutorials that I've uploaded for Media Master on my YouTube channel. So I like to keep my YouTube channel active as well. So, but right now the engagement, for example, this Besame Mucho flyer that I uploaded yesterday, it already has 25 comments and 5 shares, as opposed to my Instagram post of the same flyer, 0 comments and very little likes. So I get more engagement on Facebook. My audience is on Facebook. So what I've been doing, I've been creating more reels on Facebook, because right now reels, it's what the algorithm is pushing. As a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago when I uploaded the previous podcast on October 6th that I was telling you about, where I talked about faith, I tried something that I had never done before on Facebook. I uploaded a reel where I talk about my faith. And that did very well. I've gotten a couple of thousand views on it already. I've gotten good comments on it. I've gotten good feedback. So I'm trying different things. I'm trying to see what sticks in terms of engagement. I've got some videos with my family. That does pretty good. I've got videos with my German Shepherd. That one does okay. I did a reel with my faith, with my podcast, and that one's doing pretty good as well. So that's marketing. That's online marketing. Look at your analytics. See what type of content gets engagement, which platform do you get the most engagement? So the top platforms that I'm using right now, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Yeah, those are the 5 that I'm using right now. I'm not doing TikTok because I'm trying to focus on just taking care of the engagement that I have now on Facebook. So I'm going to focus on Facebook. I've got my Facebook monetized. Every month, I get a little deposit from Meta, a little check in the mail, direct deposit, because of the content that I'm generating with my agency and with my personal Facebook, or with my Facebook page, which is monetized. Depending on the reels, on the posts, on the photos that I upload, Facebook is paying me a nice little check at the end of the month to say thanks to stay engaged. So that is Facebook. That is my social media marketing tip, my media master tip for right now. Before I leave, before I wrap this up, I'm already at about 15 minutes. I like to keep this, about 10, 15 minutes. Let me give you guys a couple of tips that I've been reading that have really helped me out, that encourages me to record another podcast, that keeps me encouraged to upload another video to YouTube. Because honestly, content creating sometimes, at least for me, it's something you do on your own. There's not a lot of people around you. It takes a lot of self-initiative. So I was studying some books that I've been reading lately, and I came across the topic of trying. Try. We know that saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. My course, Media Master, which I launched in 2021, I promoted it for 1 year. So I started building it in 2020. I launched it in 2021, and I promoted it for 1 year up until 2022. And then I stopped. Towards the end of last year, I stopped promoting Media Master. I put it on a different platform. So I'm bringing it back this year because I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try to promote my course again. Because honestly, I saw sales went down. I put it up on Udemy, and it just wasn't working out the way I was marketing it. Because as I told you, I was focusing on my agency, and it was really not worth the hassle of hosting the course, of maintaining the course, if I was just going to be selling 1 or 2 a month. So I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to make my course. By the time you hear this podcast, the course should be online. Just go to davidrios.tv, and I should have my online course there. It's in Spanish, but that's okay. So I'm trying to bring back my course. I'm going to bring back my course again. I'm going to try another round of marketing. I'm going to try another launch, because nobody knows what he can do until he tries. So I'm going to try again. Everything new is hard work. A little bit of try makes all things easy. So if we're not trying to do something new, if we're not trying to do something different, then we're not going to see any results. Here's a little poem that I came across. By little strokes, men fell great oaks. By little strokes, men fell great oaks. Felling, it's when you chop down a tree. So how do you chop down an oak tree? By little strokes, little strokes, little strokes. The stone is hard and the drop is small, but a hole is made by the constant fall. So a stone may be hard and a water drop may be small, but a constant drop, a constant fall will make a hole. What man has done, man can do, and what has never been, may be. Let me repeat that one again. What man has done, man can do, and what has never been, may be. We need to tuck up our shirt sleeves. We need to roll up our sleeves, and we need to go at it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Believe in God, stick to hard work, and see if the mountains are not removed. A faint heart never won a fair lady. A faint heart never won a fair lady. God helps those who help themselves. All right, mi gente, that's the podcast for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody who's downloaded the podcast on Buzzsprout, on Spotify, on iHeart, on Apple Podcast. Muchas gracias. Donde escuchen este podcast, se les agradece. It's a podcast where I talk about music, media, entertainment, and most recently, I also share my faith. And hopefully, it helps you as well. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in to the Media Master Podcast.